Hey everybody, it's Grow with Joe here. Hoping you're having a great Saturday morning. Let me get the Facebook Live going. All right, Facebook Live is almost up. All right. All right, we're up. All right. Hey everyone, it's Grow with Joe here. Hoping you're having a great Saturday. Here to talk about another chapter of my book, More You Know, More You Grow, How to Get Better Every Day. And if you don't know about Grow with Joe, it's a company that combines financial planning with self-development coaching for Latino professionals. And what I noticed when I was a financial advisor at my last firm is like, hey, you can't invest unless you have a good job. You can't have a good job unless you're a competent individual. And John Wooden once said, your outer circle success would never surpass your inner circle success. So if you want the outer success of your career, your money, and your relationships, what you got to do is work on yourself first with your physical self, your mental self, your emotional self, and your spiritual self. So this book provides over 30 tips on how to grow your inner circle in those four cornerstones. And today's chapter that we're going to talk about is the need to experiment with your life. So if you were to look at my past, I've done a lot of different things. Like my first job was a telemarketer, then I was a grocery bagger, then I went in the Marines for 7 years, then I was a valet, then I worked as a federal employee, and then I worked as a White House intern, and then worked as a personal trainer, and then became a financial advisor, then started my own financial firm and wrote my own book. And yeah, just done a lot of different things. And it just, every time I've done something, it really provided me a lot of clarity on what my next move should be. Maybe not at that right moment, but like a year down the road or 2 years down the road. And yeah, I finally decided to start my own thing because I realized that, hey, the model I was under to do financial planning wasn't a good model to help me provide financial planning for the target base that I wanted. Because if you go to most financial planning firms, you need like $250,000, $500,000 in order to sit with somebody, just because that's what makes financial sense. And with the new model I'm under, you can do more of a subscription model, so you can pay on a monthly basis to cover your financial planning, while other financial planning firms, and at my last one, you had to pay the entire thing up front. So if your planning fee was $3,000, you had to pay the $3,000 up front. So just to make it easier on people's cash flows, the monthly subscription model tends to be very helpful for people that don't have those assets yet. So like, to help me get to that, I had to try different things. I had to learn. One of the things that I do is I listen to a weekly podcast on how to become a better financial planner, business-wise. And they're like, oh, this is what's available. That's what's available. So by experimenting with my life and realizing, hey, what's out there, is like, oh, hey, maybe I should go try that because it would be better for me. Just experiment with your life. Just go out there and try a lot of different things. Like, go take an improv class, go take a storytelling class, go take a cooking class. Just try a bunch of little different things, because that's really going to tell you who you need to be as a person. If I was to take my 17-year-old self, he didn't really know what was available in life. But by experimenting over the last 15 years, or I guess 16 years, I've really understand the person that I need to be from here moving on. And yeah, just go out, experience, go to different cities, go to different, try different clubs, go to different networking events that you're not used to, just to expand your your horizons, because it's really going to tell you like who you really need to be as a person. Like I had no idea that I could do this on my own if I wasn't for the XY financial planning podcast that I came across. Yeah, that was very helpful. I remember moving from Portland, Oregon, after going to Portland State for my degree in public health, moving to Washington, D.C. I was like, oh, wow, this is what type of jobs you could have. This is the type of careers. This is what the type of experiences that you can have and everything as an individual. I was like, okay, let me go over here and see how I can become successful in Washington, D.C. But then there's other things that you realize that you don't really enjoy. Like traffic is pretty bad in Washington, D.C. And yeah, that is just not fun. So lots to do, lots of great people down there. I enjoy the humidity, so the humidity doesn't bug me that much. I kind of miss it. But here in Oregon, there's no humidity. I'm close to the family and everything, so that's nice. But yeah, you just need to go experiment. So like as a 3 tips is I would recommend just go on Meetup or Eventbrite or something and just find an event and just go to that and just see like what can you see as an individual, who are you going to meet, what are you going to learn and everything. Also experiment with your life is just reading different types of books. Right now I'm reading Atlas Shrugged right now. I think the book is right here. I'm trying to read this, pretty thick. I'm trying to see why people are enjoying that book. Book is meh in terms of the writing. There's some interesting lessons where I could see where people who like it would like it for the message that it, because it's just, I think it more has to do with confirmation bias, where people like seek information that already agrees with their opinion. So they're like, oh, this already agrees with me, so I'm going to follow it. So that's a confirmation bias that you kind of have to get over. You should see points of views on both sides, on all sides, just to get a true understanding of what is necessary for you and you making right decisions. So watch different films, read different books, watch a different YouTube, just from different opinions, just so that you can understand both sides of the argument. I'm a big believer that you should be able to explain the other side's argument better than your own argument. And if you did that, then I feel like the world would be a better place, because we would have more logical, rational, pragmatic discussions on issues, instead of saying, oh, this is how I feel and this is how I feel. Like, oh, okay, like that's not going to cause the other person to change their opinion just because you feel that way. You have to have a conversation and say, okay, this is this. It's like, yeah, you can't just go, this is how I feel. This is how. And by experimenting with my life, it made me realize, oh, the way I used to think, hey, maybe that's not the best way. And so now I'm trying to figure out, okay, if I was wrong in this area, what else am I wrong in? And in life, there's like, what I'm trying to figure out is what are truths that everyone thinks are lies, and what are lies that everyone thinks are truths. And if you could break that cycle where you're believing in a lie that is a truth, then that could provide you a lot of opportunities for yourself down the road, and just stop living your life like a lie. I want to live my life to the most, with the most of the lies removed from it as possible. So those are, or believing in truths that are lies. So either way, they're just still lies. And yeah, by experimenting with myself, I'm going to prevent that from ever coming on my desk. And another way to experiment with your life, you just ask yourself, like, oh, if you say something like, oh, I wish I was doing this, oh, I wish I was doing that. If you say it like more than 5 times, you probably should just go and do it. I'm very good on execution. So if I say something I want to do, I just go do it. I remember just hearing the improv thing. I was like, oh, I probably said it more than 5 times. I probably should just go make it happen. And hey, it was a really great experience. It gave me a lot of good training on how to interact with other people and make me think quicker on my feet and be able to read people faster. So if you're saying you want to do something and you haven't done it in a while, if you said it more than 5 times, you should probably do it. Just because, just so you can get that new experience in your life. But like life is about experiences. The more experiences that you have in this world, the better, the more things you can discover about yourself and what the world needs to be. So that's what this chapter is all about. And realize that you don't have to figure it out at age 18, 20. It really took me until, 33 to actually figure this all out. And yeah, just you remember your 20s are for learning, your 30s are for earning. If you're watching this and you're in your 20s and you don't have it all figured out, just keep on learning, keep on experiencing life, and just see like it will then shape your world to see like this is the way it should be. But the constant thing is you have to keep experimenting with your life. So by like reading new stuff, watching new stuff, not watching the same stuff over and over, and because you're just going to reinforce what you already know. And then and then just try different things, like go on Eventbrite, go on meetup groups and everything. And then if you say something you want to do, just go out and do it. Like if you say it more than 5 times, just go do it. And yeah, that's it for today's Facebook Live. And so yeah, if you want a free copy of More You Know, More You Grow, How to Get Better Every Day, just go to my website, growwithjoe.me/book, and all you have to do is pay for shipping and handling. And once you get that free book, what you're going to do is also get my free report on my top 15 books to read to help you become a better person, help you experiment with your life. My top 15 podcast episodes to change your mindset, another way to change your life and experiment with your life. And my top 15 books to my top 15 YouTube videos to help motivate you when times get tough. Because when you experiment, things are not going to work out as you plan them out. So you might need a little pick me up, and watching those videos can help you out while you're going through that new experiment. So hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I'll be here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. And remember, if you go with Joe, you can grow with Joe, because Joe knows dough.